clauses. I will record, okay? So what does it mean? It means that we have two types of clauses, okay? One is subject relative clause. That is the first one, subject relative clause. Subject relative clause we learned on page 898. Subject relative clause, okay? And another one is object relative clause. So, rule, the relative pronoun, who, which, that, cannot be deleted. The relative pronoun, who, which, that, cannot be deleted. What does deleted mean? Give me a synonym, not a Spanish. Give me a synonym of deleted.
Take away.
Erase.
Erase.
Erased. Erased.
Remove. Remove.
Take away. Yeah. Remove. Removed. Take, in this case, as it's deleted, it's in the past. Took away. Removed. Eliminated. You look at a lot of synonyms for deleted. Yeah? What does it mean? It means that the relative pronoun working as a subject, relative pronoun working as a subject, that means who is the subject, which is the subject, that is the subject, cannot be erased, took away, removed, eliminated, or deleted. Cannot be. Okay? This is subject relative clause. Talking about subject relative clause. Talking about subject relative clause. Okay? And example. Example. Read the example, please, Paola. Okay, Paola is not paying attention.
Teacher,
Yeah, do it.
inspired by the true story of 5 students who changed the game forever.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Paola. It says, what is the relative pronoun, Paola? Relative, what is the subject? Subject relative clause.
Inspired,
Relative pronoun as a subject. Relative pronoun as a subject.
a student who
Students. Students. A student is the noun, and this student is used
changed.
who. Who is the
Who
relative pronoun? Who is the relative pronoun? Okay. So it says relative pronoun, who, which, that cannot be deleted. So who changed the game forever? Look at, why do we call subject clause? Why do we call subject clause? What is the subject? What is the subject? This is the subject. Who is the subject in the clause? The clothes. Where is the clothes? The clothes is organized by subject and a verb. Where is the clothes? The clothes is who changed the game forever. That is the clause. That is the subject clause. That is the subject clause, subject relative clause, because it's types of relative clause. Types of relative clause, subject clause, subject relative clause, subject relative clause. And it's who changed the game forever. It's not possible to delete who. It's not possible. Why? Because who is the subject? Who is the subject? Who is in place of a student? Okay, so we can say a student changed. A student changed the game forever. Who changed the game forever? Okay, inspired by the true story of 5 students who changed the game forever. So who is in place of students? That's why this is called subject clause. Subject relative clause, because who, the relative pronoun who, is in place of students. Okay, let's continue.
Teacher, in this case, we cannot erase who.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
It makes sense if you erase a student.
No, why?
The noun. No, if you are talking about something and you are talking about this film, you can also say, well, it's inspired by the true story of who changed the game forever.
No, 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 no. It's not possible. Why? Because relative pronouns are gonna be next to the noun that
Okay.
gave extra information. Next to the noun, the noun that the pronouns give extra information. You can eliminate. It's not possible what you said. It must be
Thank
next
you,
to
teacher.
the noun. Yeah, another example here we have the one that got away. The one. So one is, as in the first example, the one. We are talking about something. The one is in place of something. The one, what happened with that one? What happened with that one? Got away. It's giving extra information. The one, and what is the relative pronoun? Because this is something. This is something. We don't know it's a people or object. We use that. The one that got away. So that relative pronoun is in place of in the clause. In the clause is the subject, and got is the verb. Okay, and that got away is a subject relative clause. Got away is a subject relative clause. All of it. It's a subject relative clause. What is a clause? Do you remember I told you? What is a clause? What is a clause? A clause is a dependent sentence. It's a dependent sentence. What is a clause? A clause is a dependent sentence. Who changed the game forever? That got away. It is a dependent. It's not independent. It's a dependent sentence that needs the main sentence. The main sentence is inspired by the true story of 5 students. This is understandable. Inspired by the true story of 5 students it's independent. It is understandable, but we need to give extra information about the students. We are going to use a relative clause. What kind of relative clause? Relative subject clause. And this clause, as it is independent, it's organized by subject and a verb. The clause is organized by subject and a verb. Yeah. A student who changed the game forever. We are using subject and a verb. What is the subject? Is who. Why is who a subject? Because it is in place. Maybe you don't get it, this word. It's in place. Okay. Who, the relative pronouns. Who, what. The relative pronouns. We are talking about relative pronouns. Which one are relative pronouns? Who, which, and that. Okay, who, which, and that, relative pronouns. These relative pronouns, they are in place of the noun. They are in place of the noun. This who, which, that, they work in place of the noun that they are giving extra information. Okay, I can say, I love Pepito, who is my student. It's an example, but I like Pepitos. Yeah, okay. I love Pepito. So far, it's understandable. It's not necessary. I love Pepito. Yeah, so far. But I want to give who is Pepito. I will give extra information with subject relative clause. Introduced by relative pronoun who. I love Pepito, who is my student. I love Pepito. Pepito is my student. Look at, I love Pepito, Pepito is my student. Different sentences. Different sentences. Now, let's use just one sentence. And my student is the dependent clause. So, I love Pepito. Who is my student? And in this case, it's a relative subject clause. Why? Because who is the subject and the verb is. Is. Okay? I love Pepito. Who is. It's not possible to say, as Mirna was saying here, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't exist. I love Pepito. I love who is, no, who we are talking about. We are talking about Pepito. Yeah, I love Pepito. Extra information about Pepito. Ah, Pepito is my student. I love Pepito. Pepito is who is my student. Okay, you use in that way relative pronoun as a subject, relative pronoun as an object. What is the clause? What is the subject clause, relative subject clause? Organized by subject and a verb. Subject relative clause. And it's talking about introduced by a relative pronoun. Relative pronoun which is in place of Pepito. In that way. Okay.
And you can use teacher him.
How?
I love him, who is my student. But you have to show who.
Yeah, you can use I love him. Who's him? Him is my student. But no, generally it works with proper nouns that are there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have here these kind of examples, what you were saying. Okay. Inspired through students of 5, inspired by the true story of 5 students who changed. Yeah, relative subject clause cannot be deleted. What about this object clause? Object clause. Let's continue clarifying this. Object clause is another type of relative clause. We explain this. Now we are here. Object clause. It says the relative pronoun who, which, that, and you choose can be deleted, can be eliminated, can be took away, can be removed. Yeah. How? What if someone you love just disappear? Okay. What if someone you love just disappear? What is the main clause? The main clause is, what if someone you love just disappear? A day, yeah, so far. This is all the sentence. Okay. What is the object clause? What is the object clause? What if someone you love just disappear? What is the clause? What do you think is the clause? How do you notice that? What is the subject clause? I mean, in this case, object, not subject, object clause. Yeah, this is the main sentence. The main sentence is organized by subject and a verb. Okay. What if someone you love just disappeared? Into the subject, okay, what do we have? We have the clause, the object clause is into the subject. How do we notice that? You love. This is the clause. This is called object clause. Object clause. Why? Why? Because it says, what if someone that you love, yeah, that is, as it says, can be deleted, Here it is deleted. That is deleted. Where does that belong in this? That must be here in this part. As your partner said, what if someone that you love just disappeared? When the relative pronoun is object, it can be deleted. What if someone you love that you love just disappear? So in this object clause, we are eliminating that. Why? Because it is the object clause. And we have you is the subject, love is the verb. What if someone you love just disappear? Now, we can take out, here I can say, you love someone. You love someone. Now, subject, verb, and object. You love someone or not. You love him, you love her, you love someone. Yeah, and we can eliminate someone, but it's next to. It's here. It's in the main sentence. It's in the principal sentence. What if someone you love just disappear? We can introduce. This is called object relative clause. We can introduce this one in the main sentence. Yeah, and this someone, it's gonna be that. And this that comes here. Like that, okay? And here it's gonna be as an object. What if someone that you love just disappear? Okay, this is called relative clause, introduced in the main sentence, in In order, as it is relative pronoun, object relative clause, we can delete. It can be deleted. It can be eliminated. Okay, another example. The other example here. A day they will never forget. A day they will never forget. They will never forget. Where is the relative clause? Where is the relative object clause? A day they will never forget. Yeah. The same, here we have the subject, and here we have the main verb. You have to try to focus on it. Where is the main verb? What is the main verb? And this is the main verb. And all of it is considered as a subject. Okay, all of them, or all of this part is considered as a subject. Into the subject is also the object clause. Into the subject is the object clause. Okay, into. How? Let me know how. A day. Yeah. A day, okay, a day they will never forget. They will never forget that day. Yeah. So sorry. Here is not in the main clause. We are just talking about a phrase. This is a phrase. A day they will never forget. Yeah. So this, all of it is the main phrase we can say here. Because what we are talking about, we are referring to a day. A day they will never forget. Okay, a day. We are giving more information about a day. A day. Where is the relative clause? The relative pronoun, sorry, the relative pronoun is deleted as well. Who, which, or that. In place of a day, we can say a day that.
Which?
Or which, yeah. You know, it's if you use which is more formal. If you use that is we can informal, they say, okay? So it's more common. We can say common to use which than that, okay? Or than that with than which. A day which. A day, what is this which? It must be here. A day which they will never forget was terrible. Now we can complete in that way, okay? But we are talking about just a phrase, giving information about this part. A day which they will never forget, because here we have auxiliary will, and this is adverb, frequency adverb. Forget is the verb. Into the object clause. Into the object clause, what do we have? Auxiliary will and a verb. Subject and a verb, as we said. They is the subject, and we have the verb, that is will forget. Obviously, between is the adverb of frequency. Okay, subject and a verb. They will never forget. A day which they will never forget. What do we have? We have here subject, and the relative pronoun is deleted. It's not necessary. It is implicit. Or you can use, okay, can be or can't be. It's possible to use which. Or in order not to be redundant, we can eliminate. So the clause, how is the clause? Now I will extract here, look at. They will never forget. They will never forget what? That day, right? They will never forget that day. A day they will never forget. They will never forget that day. What do we have in this clause? In this sentence, subject, will never forget verb, and the object is a day. They will never forget that day, this day. Okay, object. This day. Okay, they will never forget. And all of it is here now. Okay, this part What is that? In this clause, it's in which, okay, which. But as we can eliminate, we are referring to a day, and it was object. In this sentence, it was object. That's why it's called object clause. Object clause. Why? Because this day, that day, a day is, it can be here. Which? A day which they will never forget. A day that will never forget. After that, what do we have? Subject and a verb. What is the object? The object is implicit in the clause. In the object clause, this is the object clause, it's implicit because it's possible to eliminate, to delete. Okay, similar to the previous one. Is it understandable? Not? Do you need more examples? What do you think?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher,
Uh,
I think.
we need more examples, please.
Yeah. What is the clause? The object clause? It's here. Okay. But the relative pronoun is deleted. Why? Because it's in an object clause, the object can be deleted. That or which also can be here. Okay, in this part. The worst movie that I've ever seen was The Four Fantastic. Okay, same here. The funniest movie which I've ever seen was Matilda. Okay, so the funniest movie, that. As it is object that or which, it's possible to eliminate. I will give one example. For example, I can say, Evo, do you know Evo Morales, right? Evo Morales, who I choose as a president was I don't know. You can give here your opinion. Evo Morales, who I, in this case, chose. Past. Evo Morales, who I chose as a president. Who I chose as a president. Live in another country. Now we can say, or is living. Yes, that. Okay. Look at Evo Morales, who I chose as a president. Can I delete or not who?
No, you can't.
It's possible. Evo Morales, I chose as a president, live in another country. It's possible. It's similar like the best movie I have ever seen. Evo Morales, I chose as a president a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, live in another country. It's possible. That is the characteristic of this relative object clause. I chose as a president Evo Morales. Okay, I chose as a president Evo Morales. So Evo Morales, I chose as a president. It's possible, right? Or sometimes it's there. Evo Morales, who I chose. In this case, it's not deleted. Who is the object? Subject is I. Choose is the verb. Okay, Evo Morales, who I chose as a president living in another country. So, okay, because I chose as a president Evo Morales. This is the idea. And this idea is into here now, into this part. And we can delete. It's implicit, we can say. Like that. Okay. Time is over. In order to continue working with it, I want you please now to solve it, this part. Practice C. Practice C and practice D for tomorrow must be ready. D for it must be ready to participate. And D to make it clear, to continue working with this, okay? What do you have to do? What do you have to do is to practice the complete the sentences with. You have to complete with that, which, or who. If the relative pronoun can be deleted, put it in a parenthesis. If a relative pronoun can be deleted, put into parentheses. Okay? Here can be in a parenthesis in my example, right? Eva Morales, and I can put here, who in parentheses. Why? Because it's possible to delete. Eva Morales, who I choose as a president, live in another country. It's possible to delete. Okay? Yeah? In that way, for tomorrow, please do it, this part. Do it. Okay? And now you do it. Work alone. You're going to work alone. What you're going to do, complete the sentences with information that is true for you. True for you. Is a person who, is a place that, is a movie which, it's an event that. Complete. Okay? Work alone, complete. Then we are going to work with a partner. It says your partner should guess what you wrote. Okay. Is it clear, the homework, to continue practicing? Yeah,
Yes,
I know
teacher.
that you are in your job. Time is over.